I don't know if the goalies, like, you look at Freddy, who was kind of bad the last 2 years, and now he became insane, right? So
you think he became
I don't know
insane?
if the fan base is...
Dude, I don't know, man. Did you not see those games last season? He had so many good ones. Like, yeah.
He had good ones, yeah, but, like, he also had a bunch of really bad games.
But
like,
you were calling,
I guess,
not
second
you
half of the
specifically,
season.
we'd never met back then, but the public was calling them bad games before they were bad games. It was the same. Dude, we can go back. We can go back a year from now. I can show you games against the Calgary Flames, I'm pretty sure it was, where, again, I pulled examples of backdoor passes like crazy because they gave up defensively and they hung Freddy Andersen out to dry. And at the time, everybody said, oh, it looks like Freddy's starting to slip. And then he slipped. And then he slipped. And then he got hurt. And then he didn't want to come back. The team gave him the okay to come back. They were saying, whenever you're ready, Freddy. And he didn't. He didn't come back. Something was broken with Andersen by that point. And the media, the fans, they were all over it before it was ever a problem. There was a much simpler problem they could have fixed before that. And everybody ignored it, including the Leafs themselves. I'm telling you. So, like, I don't know how many times we have to see the same story before we realize what the real problem is. You know what I mean? Like, am I crazy? Am I the only one seeing this? You know?
See, I don't think picking a one game, you know, like, I know you're talking about in general, but, like, the one game against the Flames, that's just one game, whereas the season's
it wasn't
56
one game,
games last year.
It wasn't one game. That's what I'm saying. It was time and time again.
Yeah, like, in general, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, but I'm just saying, right? Like, I appreciate what you're saying, that we can't judge off a game or two, but it was happening. It was happening in their wins. It was happening in their losses. It doesn't matter. The goals they were giving up last season, by the end of the season at least, had gone bad again. They were just awful goals that they didn't need to be giving up. And they tried to solve their problems with more goals for.
Here's a question for you.
Okay.
Why was Freddy not stopping them, but why was Jack Campbell stopping the same shots when the defense is about the same against both goalies?
They weren't.
What did Campbell have with him?
They burned Andersen, they burned Campbell, they burned Riddick, and they burned... what's his name? Hutchinson. I did a specific video on the four of them where I showed that they were getting burned, all four of them. And everyone kept saying, oh, well, look, so-and-so's playing better now because they won. No, they didn't play better. They just didn't get hung out to dry as often. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I wish I had the examples in front of me right now. Again, we're just kind of, like, talking about this like friends here, so I apologize. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, you know.
Yeah, it's all right.
Dude, straight up, like, if you want, you can go back and watch my anybody right now in this chat and you on the line with me, if you're doubting me, please go back and watch videos from a year ago. Leading into the playoffs, watch how I freaked out in Game 5 of the playoffs. Okay, everybody freaked out on Game 6 and 7. I freaked out on Game 5 because I saw this coming in terms of, not coming, I shouldn't say that. I definitely thought the Leafs were still going to win. That's stupid of me to say. But I'm saying that I saw the defensive lapses happening then. You know what I mean? And I'd preached about it all season long, coming down the stretch. I kept saying it's not a problem until it's a problem, and now it's a problem because now they're in the playoffs against Montreal, and they're letting them get back into this through weak coverage.
You're a skater from the other team, right? And you see an opening. Wouldn't you want to come down to that blue zone right there, right in front of the net, like near the goalie?
Yeah.
Because what I'm saying is if the defense really wasn't paying attention there, then there would be a lot more skaters coming in and shooting from that area.
Not if they're doing a great job 90% of the time. I've seen it, dude. I coach kids. I mean, you can see it much easier on a kid level, right? Because they're kids, right? So it's much easier to spot when things go smaller, right? There's people that they're playing the best game of their life for 90% of the time, and then 10% their brain just brain fart, something stupid, right? So what's easier to fix? Get rid of the bad habit or change the entire structure of how you play the game? Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that these goals result in a lot of the goals against. What I'm saying, though, is that the frequency that they happen compared to how easy it is to fix. Tying up a stick, literally just standing beside a guy and giving him a hard time. That's how easy it is to fix this problem. So why not fix it? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but like I feel like at the same time, every team makes the same mistakes in like hockey. You know, it's not like you're not.
No,
you can't expect perfection out of everybody, right?
Perfection. That's the easy stuff to fix, dude. Look, when a guy like Stamkos streaks down the right side or something like that, right? or I don't know, choose anybody. I like to choose Stamkos because it proves I'm not just a Leafs fan. I like this guy too, right? But you see an elite forward streaking down the wing, right? He's got a D in front of him, lining him up, right? He pulls it to the side a little bit, peppers one right up under the crossbar, beside the goalie's ear, not even in the corner, right? We're in the toughest, one of the toughest places to score. You know what I mean? Did anybody screw up there? No. You have an elite player pulling an elite move and earning that goal. Teams give up those goals all the time. That's fine. I would never be mad at my team for that. We just got outplayed on that one. But to say that we can't fix something simple like passes in front of our own net because, oh boy, it's a tough game and we can't play perfect defense all the time. Nobody's asking for all the time. But it's happening too often. Those kind of goals should be like 3 times a season, man. Like, you can buckle it down a lot. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's just because I'm so mad. But you know what I mean? Like, you can buckle that down a lot more than you really can, than they really have been. So I'm more concerned about the severity of the chance you're giving up, not the frequency.
You want, like, let's say your center isn't exceptionally good defensively, like John Tavares, his defense isn't great. Okay. Now, would you want him taking part in a net front battle against like an elite offensive center, or would you leave that to like a TJ Brody?
No, you see, you're thinking way too much, dude. I'm paying John Tavares what, 11 million? 11 million? Because he's not the best defensively, he gets to get away with not covering his man properly in front of the net. Do a better job. We're paying you the money to do it. You see what I'm saying?
That's
I'm not going to ask them. I'm not going to ask them to look over their shoulder and be like, oh, but this is Patty Kane here. I'm not so good. So, hey, Martin, why don't you switch with me right now? Guys, hey, Kane's behind me here. How about I take that dud you have and you can have Kane? Like, they're not going to do that, dude.
Yeah, but, like, as a coach, would you trust Tavares to one-on-one defend against, like, a Kucherov or whoever, Kane, I guess?
I have to trust him.
Personally,
otherwise, why am I putting him on the ice?
You have to. See, you have to, but would you?
So I have
that's
to.
The question. Like, would you?
If I can't trust him, he's not playing. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not going to change the strategy because one guy's not keeping up his end of the bargain. Do you see what I'm saying? I can't have the other guys all second guessing him now. You see what I'm saying? Like, you as players, they're like soldiers, man. They have to be told what to do, and when they've got it all sorted out, that's the plan. So when one guy messes up, yes, within reason, obviously you're going to try and cover for that mistake. But when it comes right down to it, you cannot change the strategy in that moment because you're like, oh, well, maybe Tavares isn't good enough to cover Kucherov. He has to cover Kucherov. It's his job. That's it.
Well,
and if one
he
of
has
the
to, but
forwards
like,
joins the guy in the corner.
You know that.
Sorry?
No, I'm just saying, like, you can have Tavares covering Kucherov, but that doesn't mean he's going to come out successful in that puck battle or
hockey.
Whatever.
So because he might not come out successful, I'm not going to send him after him?
So that's my question. Would you not have him as like the F3 defensively and let his line mates?
No, high slot. He covers the high slot, whoever's there. And if that person, if their center decides that they want to join his, like let's say my defenseman in the corner is battling their F1 or whatever you want to call it, right? And they're battling for the puck now because my guy put a stop to it, right? And now their center comes down to help him out. Well, then now Tavares comes down in the corner to help out. You see what I'm saying? But if that other guy doesn't head towards the corner, then Tavares stays there. High slot. What would you say is perhaps the biggest problem that the Leafs are facing coming up? Or you can say any NHL team or all the NHL teams. But what do you think is something we really need to watch out for in the next little bit from your point of view? It could be anything. You don't have to use math. You don't have to swear to God. You can just talk about whatever you want. You've been such a good host or good guest around here. Like, just say something, whatever you want, and I will uncontest it. You get last word on something. Go ahead.
I don't think anything related to this has been mentioned so far today, so I'll say that. But I think their finishing is kind of concerning, like their ability to score. And I know they scored 10 goals today.
I'm not saying you're crazy. I'm with you.
That isn't. Yeah, but I feel like for the amount of times they generate scoring chances, I'm not even talking about it like stat-wise, just watching them, right? And it's so frequent that you see the other goalie having insanely good games that it's just like bury your chances. Really, it's like you see like other goalies having like 30, 40 save games against the Leafs all the time, and the Leafs end up with like a 2-1 win or a 3-2 win when it's like you should be getting 4 goals on that, 5 goals on that, right? So I feel like their ability to bury chances is somewhat concerning. Like if you look at the playoffs last year, what happened was Carey Price went off, and Carey Price is Carey Price, and he's a good goalie, but part of that was also they couldn't bury the chances they were generating. And the same thing with Columbus, which really was like the peak of this, where Korpisalo is not a good goalie. He's a backup at best right now, and that's even stretching it. So, and he just turned into like a top 3 goalie in NHL history for that playoff run for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I think part of it is definitely the part of him is just him being good, but the Leafs finishing being pretty much only dependent on Matthews definitely plays a part. Like after Matthews and maybe Nylander, they don't really have a guy that they can look at and say, this guy's gonna score a goal for me, right? Like Tavares has been kind of really bad this year for his standards, and there's no Spats said he's a 38-year-old, so you can't really expect anything from him on the ice.
Yeah.
And the others aren't really goalies, so not goalies, goal scorers. Sorry,
goal
it's like
scorers. Yeah,
almost midnight now.
I do it all the time, bro.
Yeah. So goal scorer, so you can't really have you don't have a guy on the team to depend on for goal scoring other than Matthews and maybe Nylander. So that's what really concerns me. You look at teams like Tampa has Stamkos, Kucherov, Point, 3 or 4 guys that can score goals, and Vegas has Stone, Pacioretty, Eichel now.
Yeah.
Colorado's got their big trio, and then they've got Kadri, who's going off this year. So most teams have 2 or 3, 4 maybe guys that can score. Where Leafs have they have this one superstar and then another really good player, but who's not at like Nylander's not on Kucherov, Point, Stamkos level. He's not on McKinnon, Renton level, right? So they need a guy. I think I know it's impossible to find someone like that at the deadline, but their finishing ability kind of sucks. And I know Quinlan's been screaming this in the chat, so elevate Engvall.
Yeah.
Because Pierre Engvall, who's really good and never gets to play for whatever reason. They bury him on the 4th line, but it's his advanced stats are also really good.
Engvall?
I love Engvall, yes.
Dude, I love Engvall. I love that guy.
He's awesome.
Yeah. I don't have any stats to back it up. I just like his style. I see the way he plays. I just really like him.
I it's his stats are also really good. His defense is really good. He's generating a ton of chances. He's fast.
I believe it.
Forechecks. He wins puck battles. He does everything you want from a guy.
Amen,
and
brother.
90% of the fan base thinks he sucks for some reason.
Me. Dude, I was at a preseason game against Ottawa, okay? He scored a power play goal, and then literally the next power play they had, they throw him out there again, and the dad behind me telling him his son, I don't know why they get Engvall out there on the power play. He never scores. And I didn't want to embarrass him in front of his kid, but I was so ready to look over his shoulder. Because I'm with my kids too, right? I'm ready to look over my shoulder and be like, bro, he just scored on the last power play. What are you even saying right now? So...
Yeah.
It was one of those moments where I'm like, oh, the hockey gods got me there. They got me on one. They gave me a nice laugh because that was ridiculous. All right, well, there you go, bud. I appreciate you coming on. I won't contest any of that. I back it all up, especially even stuff about the finishing stuff. I wish you'd gotten into that sooner, bro. We could have talked about that in support of each other because I actually do have a lot to say that would agree with that. So maybe next time, okay? Before you go, okay, I want you to invite... Dude, I'm serious. If we get this channel big enough, I will make it my mission to give analytics the biggest voice they could possibly give it on such a grassroots level, okay? Trust me, you guys, fighting with me is giving this way more exposure than not doing it, okay? So I appreciate all of you for coming out all the time, trying to rub it in my face that you all know better than I do. You don't, but I don't care if you do or don't. It's fun, and you know what? That's what I'm saying. Let's keep it like this, okay? I know Leslie took it in the teeth in the chat here tonight from a lot of you guys. Hey, keep it friendly out there, all right? But, she's feisty too, so, you know what I mean? Everybody deserves what they get. Just remember, right, that we're all just here having a good time. And I swear, help me get this thing big, man, and I promise you, analytics will get a voice like you've never heard it, because you're going to have a real, blue-collared hockey guy like me helping it out. So it'll give it some validity. It'll give it some actual stuff. You know what I mean? Amongst the jocks that think the nerds don't have anything to say. Yes, the nerds do, man. The nerds are awesome. I'm a part nerd too. Just because I play hockey doesn't mean I'm not a nerd. I love math. I love science. I love all that stuff. I love philosophy. I love all kinds of stuff, man. I ain't no lug nut, right? So I want you smart guys to come out as often as you can. You promise me you'll do that, Days?
I promise, yes. We have a deal.
All right. Any chance you get, obviously you got a life.
I will get people.
Any chance you have, right? Bring everybody out. Let's talk about this stuff. Let's get it. You know, let's get the Twitch algorithms knowing that we're here for life. All right.
Okay. All right. I will promote your stuff.
Well, not just promote, but just have fun with us. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Have fun. The more you're having fun with us, you know what I mean? The more it's gonna grow. All right. So I appreciate you coming out, bud. All right.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I have an idea before I leave. You just mentioned like promote. Couldn't you turn this into like a podcast and post this on like Spotify and stuff? Because I feel like that could also give you some more outlets to. I appreciate the thought. Yeah, it's an extra step or two. I probably could do it. It's work. Like, it's just another thing to have to maintain right now, and I feel like I'm already maxed out. I'm probably beyond max. I shouldn't be giving this as much attention as I do, but it's so addictive and it's a lot of fun. So you know what I mean. I just gave up a hobby instead. Instead, I'm doing this. So. But yeah, I appreciate that. Maybe we will. Maybe if I get enough requests for it, then we'll do that. Okay. Okay, yep, sounds good. All right, thanks, bud. Well, thanks for having me on. This was awesome. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, talk to you soon. Right? That's what we're all about here, all right? So, peace. Take care. Yeah, you too. Take care. There you go, folks. Look at that, huh? I'm going to give that call rating of super duper happy face. And before you go, don't go anywhere yet, okay? Before you go, you wanted it. You asked for it. I don't know if this is going to work right, okay? But here's a link in the page. Okay, look at this. This is a new store I'm going to try and run here, okay? You might have already seen one of my products. I was messing around and tried to come up with a doormat that you guys might want to get, okay? But here's the rest of it, okay? You can now find trubeleafer merchandise right there at that store, okay? I've got a shirt with my logo here. It's this logo right here, okay? Then you get a black shirt with the logo here, and on the back, it says, "Zero is nice." All right, zero is nice, because that was the quote from the interaction with no, not interaction. It was me breaking down what George said about my video, that video. So you can get your own very own "Zero is Nice" shirt right now in the chat. Right, click on that link, get your own "Zero is Nice" shirt. If you have shirt ideas, then by all means, right? By all means, let me know. I got a sticker on there too. You can get now. Okay, so there's a little trubeleafer sticker. There's "Zero is Nice" t-shirts, both men's and women's cuts. Not that it matters, you know what I mean? We always like the ladies that rock the men's gear somehow, right? There's something weird going on there, but we like it. And yeah, there's a doormat that says "Welcome" unless you're a Montreal fan. All right, so have at it, guys. Oh, I chug the bottle here. I chug the bottle. Okay, Thievis. I had to stop. I was spilling all over myself. Sorry. So there it is. Okay, yeah, Arkansas Habs. I'm not sure if I can use the word Habs, though, but I'll figure that out. I did want to think about that. Yeah, that was one I was thinking of for sure. All right. So there it is. Run wild, please. Look, if you missed it, I'll do it again. I know it's still there. I know you can still see it. But boom, here it is again, okay? Right now. All right. Trubeleafer merch. There's stickers. There's t-shirts, okay? We can add more things. I think I want to add a hat. And I'm thinking about a hockey jersey, but I need to find the right company for that, because a lot of the stuff you see that I have available, that's really like print-on-demand stuff. It's very easy. I don't have to pay for any upfront inventory. They just make it when you order it. They ship it out to you. Okay? I don't know how long it takes. I'm really new at this stuff, so please forgive me. All right? If it doesn't go as smooth as you're thinking, I'm trying it out. But y'all wanted it, so you got it. Okay? Some trubeleafer merchandise, man. All right, so check it out. Be the first, man, because this isn't going to go up to everybody else. I'm not going to make a little post about it for another day or two, so you got some time to be the first. Order now while the going's good. All right? Slap those trubeleafer stickers on every dummy's face that you meet. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to get sued. But I hope you had fun, everybody. I hope you like it, okay?
And to all the friends of the analytics community, I'm going to bust your chops to the day I die. But I promise you, in doing so, it's only going to make your analytics even better. Because if I'm wrong, that's fine. But you guys will work that much harder to prove it right. See what I'm saying? Keeping you on your toes. So, thanks again, everybody. What a show. I'm sorry about all the glitches and stuff. We got it all sorted out. Hopefully, it'll be better next time, okay? I'll check you out after the next game. And again, thanks for all the love and support. Sound good? Peace!